A beaming ruler-in-waiting stands between dozens of local leaders, and guests rush to take selfies with him. The king moves around the room like an Instagram star who is used to hanging out with big names like Cristiano Ronaldo. A few meters behind him, in the background at an event at the Dubai Expo earlier this year, was a man who may not be as well known in the city's social scene, but whose influence is getting praise from foreign investors and keeping government-run company execs on their toes. My 39-year-old brother, Sheikh Maktoum, and 73-year-old father, who is the master of Dubai, are taking on more responsibility. Each of them has made a place for themselves. They have to protect Dubai's position as the most important business hub in the Middle East, even though it faces competition from other cities in the area and scrutiny from around the world because of Russia's war in Ukraine. Nasser al-Sheikh, who used to be Dubai's finance chief and helped the emirate get through the debt crisis in 2009, said, "Think of it as a company. Hamdan is the CEO and Maktoum is the chairman. Even though Hamdan is the crown prince and the face of Dubai, all decisions are made after the two brothers talk about them." Crown Prince and heir Sheikh Hamdan is the city's most famous salesman. The city was built on its flash and its ability to bring in money and millions of tourists. This year, Sheikh Maktoum has been very important to Dubai's financial market because he runs the Emirates' many large state-run businesses. He is part of a push to sell shares to investors, most recently to Salik, a company that runs toll roads. He has also called business leaders in the past to talk about their numbers. Dubai is also under pressure to stop the flow of illegal money. The energy crisis may have helped the United Arab Emirates make more money from oil, but it will speed up the world's move away from fossil fuels in the long run. The brothers, who were born a year apart but to the same mother, also have to keep the UAE's delicate power balance in check. That happened after the leaders of Dubai convinced Abu Dhabi to put more emphasis on business and the economy and less on foreign policy, which caused the UAE to send troops to fight in wars in Yemen, Libya, and Turkey. Saudi Arabia, on the other hand, is a problem because it wants to be like Dubai and attract foreign wealth and talent. The two men don't talk to the press very often. The Dubai media office said that talks could not be set up in the time allotted and would not say anything else. Fazza is Sheikh Hamdan's nickname. In Arabic, it means someone who quickly helps others. In 2008, he was made crown prince instead of his older brother, Sheikh Rashid, who died in 2015 at the age of 33. Sheikh Hamdan's social media pages have a lot of formal pictures of him doing official things for the government, but they also have pictures of him skydiving, mountain climbing, horseback riding, and standing on top of the world's biggest building. He interacts with people in Dubai's shops and restaurants, continuing the image of the approachable leader his father built as he prepares for his future role. He has 14.6 million Instagram followers, which is more than the population of the UAE. Most of the time, Hamdan goes with his father to talks with other sheikhdom leaders in the UAE. He also leads Dubai's 22-person executive council, which includes his brother. That Hamdan is characterized by his young and dynamic personality that has helped him connect with the people of Dubai is written on the council's website. He is also the head of the Investment Corporation of Dubai, which is the Emirates' national wealth fund. What about Maktoum? The council says he has the traits of an ambitious young leader. After his uncle died in September 2021, he was named finance minister for the UAE. This put him in the public eye. Investors became interested in him when he led the sale of shares in long-coveted state-owned companies. They had been calling for years for state-run businesses to be listed on the stock market in Dubai in order to make it better. A senior researcher at the Dubai Public Policy Research Center, Bihuth, who has also been a UAE ambassador, said Sheikh Maktoum is currently playing the role that has been set out for him, which is clear and technical. Being the crown prince, Sheikh Hamdan has a more important job to do. People from the area and the different tribes like him, and he can also connect with and appeal to Dubai's big expat community. It's going to be a busy year for public sales this year. 10 state-owned companies are going to offer shares to investors. More than $6 billion was raised when Sheikh Maktoum helped sell shares in Dubai Electricity and Water Authority, the city's main utility, and Techcom Group, which runs business parks. In September, investors bought up all of the shares that were available in Salik, a company that runs road tolls. Dubai then made the sale even bigger. The deal, which was put together by Goldman Sachs Group Inc., Merrill Lynch, and other firms, is meant to bring in $1 billion. A manager at the Egyptian investment bank EFG Hermes, named Mohammed Abu Basha, said, Dubai's markets are not fully reflecting that status as the financial hub of the region. If you want to further boost the Dubai story, you need to continue this IPO push push, which I think is long overdue. Sheikh Maktoum is also very interested in how businesses are run. He is in charge of the government's auditing department and keeps a close eye on the funds of Dubai's state-controlled businesses. Some of these businesses caused Dubai's financial problems more than 10 years ago. The goal makes sense, since he's one of the main people in charge of keeping an eye on the city's money. People who know about the situation say that since taking over as head of the Financial Audit Authority, the royal has directed financial investigations into several state firms when they think there may be corruption. However, they did not want to be named because the discussions were private. They said that he keeps business meetings short, serious, and to the point, even though in this part of the world, people usually talk for a long time over tea before getting down to work. An official at a company owned by the UAE said he was shocked when Sheikh Maktoum's office called to ask him to come in. He was led into the office by someone, but then Sheikh Maktoum walked in with a bottle of water in his hand a short time later. Right away, he started going over some deals and asking for more information and explanations. The executive got worried during the meeting and started reaching for his files, but the sheikh put him at ease, according to the executive, who did not want to be named because it was a private meeting. He gave his direct phone number to someone else when he left. Sheikh Maktoum is the deputy prime minister and deputy ruler of Dubai. One banker said that Sheikh Maktoum often asks for details on certain projects late at night or on the weekends. The UAE stock markets have changed for the better since Sheikh Maktoum took over, said Tariq Fadlallah, who is in charge of Nomura Asset Management's Middle East business. It definitely helps that he's the son of Dubai's ruler and that he's from a generation that's comfortable with rapid change. Sheikh Maktoum wants to make sure that Dubai doesn't go through another financial crisis like the one in 2009, when it needed a $20 billion loan from Abu Dhabi. Sheikh Maktoum was in his early 20s when Dubai was close to going bankrupt. He asked Al-Sheikh, who was in charge of finances at the time, to give him a full report on the situation. He asked me to sit with him and run him through the numbers, Al-Sheikh stated. He wanted to know where exactly the stress points were and what caused them. Dubai now has to deal with new problems. The UAE was put on the so-called grey list by the Paris-based Financial Action Task Force earlier this year. This shows that the Gulf country isn't doing enough to stop the flow of illegal money. The UAE has said since then that it will make deportation agreements stronger. Since Russia invaded Ukraine, the way Dubai deals with illegal money has come under more inspection around the world. In terms of politics, the UAE has kept ties with Russia. In private, UAE leaders have said that the country will follow the rules set by the international community. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, a millennial and de facto leader of Saudi Arabia, is opening up the country. This is also starting to bring in foreign talent that might have gone to Dubai instead. In response, the UAE has worked to make the country more appealing to foreign businesses and to get newcomers to stay longer. It stopped being illegal for unmarried couples to live together, let expats marry, divorce, and use the inheritance laws of their home countries, and got rid of the rule that you needed a license to drink alcohol. Also, you no longer need local partners to start a business. Some people can now get long-term visas, and the UAE has started a rare move in the Gulf region. It is letting some people become citizens. How Dubai handles the next phase will depend on how the two brothers get along. Sheikh Hamdan will finally take over from his father as the city's face, while Sheikh Maktoum will solidify his position as the numbers guy. Jim Cran, who wrote the 2009 book City of Gold, Dubai and the Dream of Capitalism, said that when Sheikh Maktoum was first appointed, there were pretty low expectations. I didn't know much about him, but he's becoming so well known because of how strong he is as a person and how willing he is to get involved.
However, the pain he inflicted upon her proved to be too great for any wife to bear. The emotional toll, the shattered trust, and the complex dynamics that intertwined their lives became insurmountable obstacles. Now, let's take a step back and examine this captivating tale. Picture a world of royalty and intrigue, where love, loyalty, and unforeseen circumstances collide. Our protagonist, Sheikh Hamdan, finds himself entangled in a whirlwind romance that leads to the departure of his second wife. But why? That's the question that has piqued our curiosity and fueled our desire to uncover the truth. To understand the events that unfolded, we need to explore the backdrop of Sheikh Hamdan's life. As the winds of change swept across the Emirates, a tragic event shook the nation, the passing of the former president of the United Arab Emirates. In the midst of this transition, Sheikh Hamdan received a mysterious message from his father, Sheikh Mohammed. But hold on, my friends, this wasn't a simple command. It was more like a piece of wisdom from a father to his beloved son. You see, Sheikh Hamdan held a special place in Sheikh Mohammed's heart. Their bond went beyond the usual father-son relationship. So this message was more of a heartfelt advice, urging Sheikh Hamdan to mend the strained relationship with Sheikha Thani Al Maktoum, who happened to be Sheikh Mohammed's beloved niece. Sheikh Hamdan needed to bridge the gap and restore harmony within their intertwined lives. Intrigued by this call for reconciliation, Sheikh Hamdan made a decision. It wasn't forced upon him, but rather a choice he willingly made. He embarked on a journey to visit Sheikha Thani in the splendid city of London. Now, imagine the impact of this news on Sheikh Hamdan's second wife. Learning about his impending trip ignited a storm of emotions, leading to a heated argument that shattered their once peaceful home. Overwhelmed by hurt and misunderstanding, she sought solace in the comforting embrace of her parents' house, leaving Sheikh Hamdan in a state of profound sadness and isolation. In an attempt to express his feelings and extend an olive branch to his second wife, Sheikh Hamdan turned to social media. He poured his heart into a heartfelt message, hoping to rekindle their love and understanding. But fate had other plans, my friends. Sheikh Hamdan's first wife, mistakenly believed that the message was meant for her. Fueled by her own desires for reconciliation, she responded with a poignant video, further complicating the already tangled emotions. Meanwhile, Sheikh Hamdan's second wife, caught in the storm of emotions, watched both videos with a heavy heart. She found herself torn between her understanding of Sheikh Hamdan's immense popularity and the unique challenge posed by Sheikha's status as his first wife. It's crucial to note that she didn't hold any ill will towards Sheikh Hamdan's adoring fans. She accepted the demands of his position as the Crown Prince of Dubai, where popularity was a given. But it was the presence of Sheikha, a constant reminder of the bond that preceded her own, that caused her heart to ache. To truly grasp the complexities of their relationship, we need to go back to a pivotal moment, a time when Sheikh Hamdan faced a difficult choice. Before marrying Sheikha, Sheikh Hamdan had a deep connection with his second wife. Their bond defied societal norms and conventions. However, when Sheikha entered the picture, a whirlwind of emotions engulfed him. Tormented by a love he couldn't let go of, Sheikh Hamdan succumbed to his longing and sought solace in the arms of his former flame. This turning point marked a significant shift in their lives and became a contributing factor to the multitude of reasons behind the departure of Sheikh Hamdan's second wife. The complex dynamics of the love triangle took their toll, eroding the once strong foundation they had cherished. Now, let's fast forward to the present moment, where the consequences of their choices have come to bear. Sheikh Hamdan's decision to visit Sheikha Thani in London served as the initial catalyst for his second wife's departure, a choice driven by his desire to mend familial ties and honor his father's advice. However, the fallout from this decision resulted in a heated argument that shattered their fragile union. Adding further fuel to the fire, a series of poetic messages entered the narrative. Sheikh Hamdan, known for his introspection and poetic soul, penned a heartfelt poem on June 10, 2022, in the serene surroundings of Sheikh Mohammed's opulent estate in Newmarket, United Kingdom. Let me share with you a glimpse of the ethereal words that flowed from his heart. Clouds welcomed you, as they were sitting and heating you, and grass looked shocked with your charm. Looking at the clouds, it remains, but it looks at you and says, "Oh hello, the next fascination by God. What is the day that dreams of shaking hands with the world that loves you?" This poignant poem, which aimed to convey his emotions, served as the third reason for the unraveling of their union. Sheikh Hamdan's second wife, fully aware that the words weren't intended for her, felt consumed by anger and resentment. How could she endure a love that seemed to overshadow her own existence? But wait, my fellow high schoolers, there's yet another twist to this tale. Sheikh Hamdan, a poet at heart, shared another verse on June 29, 2022. In this profound composition, he presented an option, a glimmer of hope, that could potentially salvage his companionship with Sheikha. This revelation became the fourth reason behind the further unraveling of his relationship with his second wife. Despite his relentless efforts, Sheikh Hamdan's second wife came to realize that she couldn't control his heart. This revelation, unbearable for a wife deeply invested in their shared destiny, shattered her illusions. It wasn't about money or material possessions. All she desired was Sheikh Hamdan's unwavering commitment and love. She remained steadfast in her decision, resisting all attempts at reconciliation. The passage of time hasn't healed the wounds inflicted upon their once beautiful bond. Sheikh Hamdan, burdened by regret and a yearning for redemption, continues to seek forgiveness from his second wife. Sadly, his pleas have fallen on deaf ears, leaving him to confront the consequences of his actions. In one of my previous videos, I shared the final poem penned by Sheikh Hamdan, a desperate plea for understanding and a testament to his enduring love. It's my humble belief that Sheikh Hamdan genuinely loved his second wife. However, the pain he inflicted upon her proved to be too much for any wife to bear. As we conclude this chapter, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to all of you for joining me on this captivating journey. Your support and curiosity fuel my desire to uncover the truth and share it with you. If you found value in my videos, I kindly ask you to subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to stay updated on all future episodes.
His Highness the Crown Prince of Dubai. As a leader, Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum is already well known. He blatantly demonstrates a wealth of leadership traits tinged with humility, simplicity, and charity. Sheikh Hamdan is carrying on his father's legacy. In this regard, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, he is constantly eager to interact with others in a barrier-free manner. He consistently strives to address their issues and monitor their concerns. He is there for them in their happiness and grief despite his heavy obligations. Sheikh Hamdan is frequently spotted driving his automobile through Dubai's streets, going to eateries, or striking up conversations with passers-by. Numerous circumstances have impacted Sheikh Hamdan, molding his character and bringing his vision to life. He learned discipline and timeliness from the military lifestyle at Sandhurst. What you learn in prestigious military academies like Sandhurst revolves around the values of discipline, responsibility, and commitment, he added, in reference to this experience. These principles are practically necessary for you to properly fulfill your tasks. The United Arab Emirates was rapidly developing and growing during the time Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum was born and raised. He experienced the difficulties and advancements in quality that the nation made firsthand. Being in close proximity to Dubai's and the UAE's decision-making hubs since his early years allowed him to get essential knowledge in a variety of fields. The creator of modern-day Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Rashid bin Saeed Al Maktoum, is the ancestor of Sheikh Hamdan. He is the son of His Highness, the Vice President and Prime Minister of the United Arab Emirates and the ruler of Dubai. Aside from his invaluable contributions to the remarkable development boom of the United Arab Emirates, under the astute leadership of His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the visionary and leader who established Dubai as the world's leading global business hub, and brightest rising star is Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, HH. Sheikh Mohammed designated Sheikh Hamdan as chairman of the Dubai Executive Council on September 8, 2006. This government body is in charge of creating and carrying out the strategic comprehensive development plans for Dubai. Under his direction, the Executive Council has made a number of significant strides that have enhanced Dubai's growth and highlighted its status as a developing global center for trade, business, tourism, and logistics. As the Crown Prince of Dubai, Sheikh Hamdan's duties have grown and changed since he took office on February 1, 2008. Since then, he has assumed responsibility for the most important files in the Emirate and has been instrumental in identifying and realizing HH Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid's vision. The Dubai Crown Prince has worked closely with his father, HH Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid, for a long time. He has absorbed the visionary leadership and strategic perspective from him, as well as the personality traits that have made him an exceptional global statesman with unparalleled achievements. Following his graduation from the esteemed Sandhurst Royal Military Academy in the United Kingdom in 2001, Sheikh Hamdan received practical leadership and public administration skills from his father, HH Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, to complement his theoretical education. He attended various specialized training courses in economics from the Dubai School of Government and the London School of Economics. Sheikh Hamdan has seen his father carry out his expansive development plan, starting while the father was Dubai's crown prince and continuing to this day. He has always been eager to attend and absorb knowledge from his father's court, or majlis. He keeps on traveling with Sheikh Mohammed, both inside and outside the nation, which helps him develop his abilities. The roles and responsibilities of Sheikh Hamdan increased when Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum took over in 2006 as both the Vice President and Prime Minister of the United Arab Emirates, as well as the ruler of Dubai. Over time, his father gradually involved him in decision-making and gave him greater and greater responsibility. The Honorable on February 1st, 2008, Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum became Dubai's Crown Prince. In carrying out Sheikh Mohammed's goal, he has expanded his inclusivity by assuming leadership of the Emirates' principal responsibilities. As time went on, His Highness Crown Prince of Dubai, Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, continued to work closely with his father, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, developing many of the leadership skills and strategic vision that positioned Hamdan bin Mohammed as a future leader. His Highness the Crown Prince of Dubai, writing under the pen name Fazza, which translates to a person who speeds to the help and support of others. In the Emirati dialect, Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid has earned a stellar reputation for his Nabati poetry. Sheikh Hamdan's upbringing undoubtedly contributed to his awareness of the desert's boundless beauty as a timeless testament to the magnificence of the Creator. Sheikh Hamdan's inner poet was shaped and refined by this harmonious atmosphere. Fazza has had the chance to get to know a number of poets, including his father, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, who is a well-known Nabati poet. Sheikh Mohammed gave Fazza encouragement, listened to his early attempts at writing poetry, and offered advice based on his knowledge and refined aesthetic sense. For Sheikh Hamdan aka Fazza, poetry is a way to convey who they are, my identity and poetic character, through which I humbly attempt to rekindle joy in people's hearts and alleviate their suffering in my own simple way, is how he defines poetry. I convey their objectives and hopes, equestrian skills. Because of the deep spiritual connection that people have always had with horses throughout the long history of Arabia, Sheikh Hamdan grew up in a family that places a great importance on equestrian sports. Since he was young, Sheikh Hamdan has cherished horseback riding as one of his pastimes. It was only natural that he turned this pastime into winning several national and local endurance riding titles.